the Peekaboo ICU. I'll see myself out on that one. Goodbye, everybody. So long, farewell. No, I'm not leaving. How about? I need that to be real. I know, right? I know, dude. Peekaboo had dude, I loved her name. Unironically, I think her name was great. It was also very, very clever of her parents. But you guys know Bill Lear, or you guys know the Lear Jet Company, right? Even though if you don't know who Bill Lear is, you probably know the Lear Jet Company. Bill Lear named his daughter, one of his daughters, Shanda. Yes, he named her Chandelier. And you know what? She's in her late 30s now. She's never changed her name. She wore that name like a badge of honor. Because from her dad, knowing her.
Hello everyone, thank you so much for joining me for our second stream today. We are returning to Mars. I'm gonna flip us over to the correct screen here. All right, there we go. Got that flipped over. Great, so we're gonna return to Mars today. Same run that we've been doing so far. Please let me know if the music's too loud or if it's too quiet. I do just have some lo-fi going on in the background. If you don't like it, please do let me know and I'll be happy to either change it up or just shut it off. And we'll just get started in a moment. Okay. Everything looks good. All right, let's get started. Stationeers, brutal start. Stationeers, difficulty on Mars. So last night we were starting to stabilize, despite the fact we have all those warnings off to the side. We have automated our power generator over here, so that it only burns coal if we're below a certain percentage. The other thing is we did get an advanced furnace, but I really hate how we ended up setting this up. So we will be getting rid of this today and redoing it and probably expanding our base back that way. And our biggest concern right now is probably thinking about not even water. I don't think we really have any real big major concerns because we did manage to get a solar panel heavy built yesterday as well, and they're still building now. So with that, we're going to get some frames, double check, see how many we have over here, see if we have any at all, because we do have some walls, it looks like. Great. All right, so we'll get started. Get started with some frames so that we can lay out exactly how our base is going to start looking over here, and paying attention to our filters, which are extremely low. We're just going to pause that for a half second. Yeah, okay, great. So let's grab a nitro. We'll grab a nitrogen filter. Fantastic. And we'll grab a carbon dioxide one. We'll upgrade to medium filters here shortly, and we'll be able to drop the pollutant filter as well shortly. There we go. Just make sure we don't accidentally suffocate. So we'll switch the carbon, switch the nitrogen, because we're not doing any filtering of our air yet. We're actually doing a lot of rebreathing still for anyone new to the stream, and we are doing that to hold on to resources. And like it said in the tagline today, we're going to start moving towards a zero waste build. So that means we will eventually get rid of all burning power generation. We will not continue to off-gas our furnaces and whatnot. We're going to recapture absolutely everything. And if we can manage it, I have this really interesting idea I want to try for when we have to start cooling the base down. We're going to try and use that to actually power some wind turbines in the future. Okay, so 7 should be great. And just because we're still so early in this run and we do not have a massive amount of resources sitting around, we're going to still be careful about turning things off when we're not using them. And we're going to be careful to only do the number of items that we actually want. So this is going to be our first. Let's make sure that I'm not out to lunch here. I want to make sure. Oh, I went the wrong way. Yeah, so if our 0 is here, that means the sun is coming up over here on this particular start in relation to where our base is. So that means, no, I do want to be going this way. Fantastic. Okay. It's probably as far as we need to go for the time being. Open our tool belt. Reset up some of our things here. We're going to try our EVA suit down here so that hopefully I don't let things go as low as I did the last couple of times. I'd really rather not be worried about having enough air and making sure we don't die of hunger, because that was very close the one time there earlier this playthrough. Perfect. So we'll flip that, and then we do want one more frame right there. Great. And now we will switch over to our sheets. Grab some more if we have more right here. I think we do. Great, so we have enough for that. What we're doing right now, just in case you're not super familiar with Stationeers, is fuel. Fuel is our most next important thing, both for the furnace and for the welding torch. That's right. Sorry everyone, I was trying to think of what our next major thing was, because we don't have everything ready to go, but it's going to be fuel for the torch, which, by the way, we are also going to stop burning. We'll switch over to an arc welder shortly, actually. And what we're going to do is also set it up so our solar panels all automatically align to the sun. So if I just need to think about my script for a half second here, and we're going to put it, which direction do we need it? Oh, which way did I do it? Okay, so if this is my 0 here, we want our, Yeah, we're gonna do it this way, and we will fiddle with it if we need to. Just get these set up, and then we'll fiddle with our sensors. Okay, there we go. There's that one. And our waste tank's getting full, and so is our air tank is getting low, which is totally fine. This is gonna be our generator one. This should be our grow light one. Great. Let's just drop down. Great, I have another housing here, and that housing, that integrated chip housing is going to be for another integrated circuit. Do I have solder? Did I run out of solder already? No, good. Okay, I was like, no way did I use that much already. So this chip is going to be for controlling the solar position. Okay, so we've got that and that. So what we need is a sensor. Fantastic. Do I actually have a chip already? No, I don't, because I don't have a laptop, right? Just can't remember what oh, I do have a laptop, so I might actually have the chip already. I don't. Okay, good. I love Stationeers so much, it's gonna sound funny, but I also play around on a save where I'm not streaming it to test things, try different builds, try different scripts out before I almost die using them, that kind of thing. So if I have my suspicions correct, we're gonna want this daylight sensor facing that way, and we're going to grab our housing and do, I prefer the compact ones. We're gonna do the same thing with that right there. Oh, perfect. Thank you so much, Bio, for the confirmation of hearing and seeing everything. Fun music in the background. Wonderful to hear. Thank you so much for the feedback. I always appreciate any feedback that's given. It's always nice to see/hear about it. For anyone joining us, we are continuing with our Stationeers from yesterday. And we're on the Stationeers difficulty on a brutal start, and we're on Mars at the moment. And we just put down a couple of our heavy solar panels, and we're going to automate them to follow the sun here shortly. Oh my gosh, we're going to run out of air. How did I do that again? Okay. If you've seen the stream before, you know that this is something that I am terrible about. So sorry, everybody. We're going to stop what we're doing and immediately deal with that. Oh, there we go. Great. I don't know why I keep doing that. So we release our air in here, so we should be fine to open this. Great, we'll check on our potatoes, which are thriving, especially with that light, and our air and water in here, which is good. We're gonna hop off our helmet for a few moments here while we grab some water. There we go. And we're just setting up some automation so that we can move into zero waste. So what I mean by zero waste is we're even going to try and maintain our heat. So the heat that we use, oh, we did already get that. I love that for us. Let's throw that on so that we can stop using the light on our helmet. Sorry about that, everybody. So what I was saying is we forgot a cereal bar out there. That's okay. So, zero waste. What do I mean when I say zero waste? We're moving towards a space where we don't waste even excess heat off of absolutely anything. So we're going to stop venting gases from the furnace, for example. We're going to not waste even heat off of it. We're going to stop using solid generators in the future. And all of that is to try and do zero waste. And then the other really cool thing I'm looking forward to trying is I have this idea that if we collect all of the waste heat from radiating off of the base, and we collect all of the waste heat. Just seeing if we have more cable. We don't. All of that heat, it makes the air move and whatnot, right? So my idea and my hope here is that eventually we can set up a system where the excess heat that we radiate off of the base actually goes towards turning wind turbines and the Stirling engine to try and make even more power that way, so that every little bit of resources that we extract from Mars goes back into creating a livable space for us. And I had better grab some cereal bars before I forget. You know what? I might even have them in the uniform already. I don't. That's okay. There we go. And what are we at for health? 35%? That's fine. I would like to try and get these done before we have to go back inside. So right now what we're doing is we're setting up those heavy solar panels for automatically tracking the sun. But we're not there yet. And that should be good for the moment. Let's do one more just so that if we do take all of that out, then there'll still be some. Just looking to see if we have any gold kicking around, and I don't think we do, which is okay. Not ideal, but it's okay. Oh, we do. Fantastic. The reason why we're looking for gold is because I would like to have some heavy cables for the solar panels. And I would like to do that before we go over there and keep working on our solar panel line. If anyone has any questions because they're new to either my stream or if they're just new to Stationeers, please do ask. Or if you have questions about the programming in Stationeers, feel free to ask. I'd love to do some troubleshooting with people if that's something that people would like. I rather enjoy programming quite a bit, most of the time. Not every time, but most of the time, I would say. And the scripting language, the MIPS, which is really close to assembly language, so talking directly to the computer, is quite cool. So we need more copper, so we definitely need to go mining. Do we have anything over here? I don't think so. Nope, we don't. Okay, that is fine. So we're just getting some more heavy cable. Great, so we have some glass right here for the panels, and then how are we doing on all of our goodies here? We're good, okay. Lots of cable needed. Always need more cable in this game. No such thing as too much copper or too much cable of any kind. If you're new to Stationeers, this is the heavy cable, which is required once you get up to, I want to say, over 5 kilowatts, and is good for up to 100, which might be a little bit overkill for these right now, for just those number of solar panels. But to be honest, we will hit it pretty quick. There is going to be a lot of power flowing along here shortly enough. Just double check our wiring, good. You'll see that I flick the light on and off a lot. It's a really common thing I do in the Stationeers difficulty, and especially on Brutal Start, just because, yes, we have a good power system going at the moment, but if you're careful, when you make a mistake, which I will at some point, then having that buffer of, oh, I didn't have my light on the entire time, great, now I have a little extra power, is never a bad thing. There we go. These cables will be useful. And yeah, see, our air is going down on us. So we're just gonna stop that again. We'll go up here, flick that light on. I'm sure We have some. Or do we not? Do we not have any oxide? Did we dump it all inside? We must have. Okay, that's fine. So we don't have any oxide at the moment with us, which is totally fine. And we will just go like that and use some of our waste air. Turn that back off. Flip our air tank and we're good. Fantastic. And actually something I haven't done that I meant to do was we're going to bring our pressure down a bit here. It'll just help us conserve our air a little bit. I've forgotten to do that and I just kept forgetting to do it. Okay. How much cable do we have? Probably not quite enough. That's all right. So we'll go like this, and you'll see that I'm just ignoring the second panel for the moment. I need to do some troubleshooting on my script to really nail down why my second panel isn't working. And when you're trying to make sure you don't die, that's not the time to be doing troubleshooting of scripts. So we'll just ignore it for the time being. And we also need a console. Well, we don't need a console. I like having one for, well, you'll see in a moment. There we go. So this can go into my inventory here. We do have oxide, look at that. We do have a hard mining pack. My goodness, I really should look at my entire inventory before I get going. But, you know, it is definitely a bit more difficult to do that in this difficulty mode, for sure. Okay, so the reason we are going to go over top of these heavy cables is because we want our data to travel on a separate network. We want it downstream of the area control that is currently set up for the rest of the base. And actually, I think what we're going to do is if I have the resources, we'll throw another area controller in as well, and we do. Great. And that means we'll grab another large battery as well, because we should have the resources for it as well. 1 copper. We are 1 copper away from having the right resources for it. Where's our battery charger? Okay, we're gonna use this battery, again, not against my better judgment, but in my judgment, we'll use it to get our area controller over here started. Great. So what we'll do is cut this wire, grab the controller. Oh my goodness. I do this like every time I put one of these down. I forget to make sure I've got the direction of the power going the way I want it to. There we go. Fantastic. So we'll get that opened. Before we actually put any battery in there, what we'll do is, where's our laptop? Here it is. There's no battery in there, totally fine. No battery there. Just gotta find a battery here real quick. Put that in the laptop, open it up. We will edit it, go to the library, grab our tracking panel. Great, confirm. We will export, and actually we are going to edit it for one more second. 0 is sensor, 1 is display, panel type D2, panel type D3. Great, okay. So I just needed to check where each of those different pins are for on that integrated chip right here. So if we're looking at it, this is 0. We should definitely hook it up, otherwise this won't work. There we go. Switch back to our screwdriver. Okay, so this pin goes to the daylight sensor right here. This is going to go to the display I need to hook up. My apologies. So we are going to go LED display. There we go. And now we can finish hooking everything up to the different wires. So if you're just joining us, we are on Mars. And Stationeers difficulty, brutal start. And we're just automating our solar panels. Great, so that should be correct. And you know what? No, we're gonna ignore this one still for two different reasons. One, we want to align our heavy panels first, and then we'll deal with the regular one. The second reason is if we need to move around this daylight sensor, I don't want to do it too many times. Great, so what we'll do is go and eat, and then we'll come back and give that a go. So we'll open that up, close it, drain the polluted air out, great. And we will open this canister, fantastic. And check on our lovely little potatoes, which are thriving. And we will flip to our, there we go, to our headlamp. Oh, I left cable coil in here last time. Whoops, that's okay. Fantastic. Okay, and now we'll just drop the cereal bars, put this back in our toolkit, unpack a bar, and we'll have some food. And you can see our showers here ready to go once we get a little bit more water. Fantastic. We'll just eat a little bit more. Great. And we'll grab our oh so important screwdriver. That would have been very frustrating very shortly. Turn all that back on, turn our headlamp off, put our helmet back on, and we'll head back out. Real quick that time. There we go. So if you're joining us, we are working towards a zero waste, which of course means we're not even going to waste our power ideally. Not power, sorry, heat ideally, coming off of everything. And that's going to take some time, but we are moving in that direction today with our solar. There we go, turn that on, and why are we getting an error? Incorrect line at which one? 39? Okay, so that's on daylight sensor, that's on LED display, that is also on LED display, and it should not be. It should be on solar panel heavy. Try again. Try again. Why are you having an issue? Flip that. Why are we having an issue? Okay, we are on solar panel heavy. Flick that. Oh, because this also needs to be on a... It does not. Okay. Okay, sensor, daylight, LED display, and solar panel heavy. Error line at 39. Okay, why are we getting an error at line 39? 39, come down. Okay, great. Display panel move, charge sum. Okay, so we're having an issue to do with the display. Not terribly unusual, that happens to me a lot. Daylight, LED, solar panel. Let's just cycle through here real quick. Okay. Sometimes this code works perfectly the first time, sometimes it doesn't, and I don't understand why a lot of the time. So we'll go like that, we'll go ahead, we'll edit. We'll just grab the disabled display one for a second, see, make sure that the code overall is working, and then now it's at 23. Okay, I know what's going on. Okay, so we'll put this back in. Oops. Sometimes the code seems to want to work perfectly fine with without the solar panels being fully built. Sometimes it absolutely refuses. So we'll just check these again. Good. That's also on heavy. What is beeping at us? Okay, we're okay on everything at the moment. Great. So we'll construct that one. That's connected, that's connected. Great. Go like this. Go. Huh. Okay. Why are you not working? Let's try checking our code again. Edit. It's at 23, which is saying our panel is not working. Okay. Okay, so we'll just go ahead, we'll confirm, we'll export, double click the export, close it. Put the chip there for a half second, put the chip back in, put the laptop out of the way, and we're going to flip this on, and we're going to turn that to no device. Still not working, okay. Panel type 1, no device. We're gonna turn it off, turn it on. Okay. No device, no device. So we should have an error. Turn that to the daylight sensor. Turn that to the LED display, which is there. Turn this one to our solar panel, and you really don't want to work. Okay, so what we're gonna try doing is I have some more cable with us, so we will test it on this one. Oh, there we go. We do want that, and we're going to put our display right here. Is that still going to be okay? Yeah, it is. Great. Okay. So let's grab the panel heavy. Now we're on solar panel. Now we're having an error at line 45. My goodness, we are upsetting. Why? The super frustrating thing here is that I had this working about an hour ago in a different save without a problem. And I've had it on several different saves, actually. Okay. I'm gonna try something silly, because I may not have had it working on the other saves with the compact one. So we're just, you know, when things don't work, you just go back to the exact way that you had it working at some point. So we're gonna do it like this. Grab our cable, go like that. Grab our display, go like that. Grab our chip, put it back in, and give this a go. Okay, so this is 0. So this is daylight sensor. This should be LED display. This should be solar panel, and this should be the solar panel heavy. Turn it on. See, there we go. Yeah, so it just does not like being used on the word that I'm looking for is on the compact one. So this display is telling us how much power we're getting, but we do need to do some fooling around with things here. We just need to move the direction of our daylight sensor, and we're going to grab our display. And the reason why we're grabbing the display as well is because I think our direction that we need is going to be that way. I think. So we're going to put that there. And then we have to do some playing around with some wire. And we'll go like this. Throw that there, turn that on. Grab that. Go like that, go like that. And now we'll redo our pins. Daylight sensor, LED display, great. Oh, I had it backwards. Oh, I thought it was that way. It is very clearly not. Okay, that's fine. So what we'll do is a quick snip, snip. This goes straight. We go back to our T. And let's see if I was right. Right, we need to grab that. And now it should line up in the correct direction. We do need to finish building our other solar panels here as well, but that'll just be a moment. Perfect. That is the correct direction. The only thing is our display is not working, and that's because I have it upstream of the data and it shouldn't be where it is, I believe. So we'll go like this, go like that, and we'll go like that. Grab our display. There's no real need to do this, but I like it. Okay, we're just gonna have to reset it on here, which is fine. There we go. Great. So we are generating 605 watts currently, ish. That's fantastic. Ah, that's lovely. So now that that's done, we will grab our glass, grab our welding torch, and finish with our panels. So that was 600 watts with only one of those heavy panels. So we are all the way up to 1700 odd watts with those 3 panels alone going in the correct direction. Ah, so much power, so lovely. So that means, of course, we're going to deconstruct this panel for 2 reasons. 1, it's in the wrong direction, and 2, well, it's in the wrong direction. That's the reason. Where is the panel gone? There we go. Oh my gosh. What is happening? Okay, so it's trying to auto place for us and it's just not doing it. Come on. Yeah, it's because we have those wires there already. So it tries to be helpful and sometimes it's just not helpful. There we go. So if you're just joining us, I do like to give these little updates about what we're doing partway through here. We are on Mars on a brutal start and Stationeers difficulty, and we've just set up our solar automation, and we have 3, sorry, there we go, get the correct orientation. We have 3 heavies and we have our starting solar panel. If you've only played normal or you're new to Stationeers, the 2 things to know are you get a much smaller, much more basic panel on the normal start, but you get other power options and you get a whole lot more resources than you do on the brutal one. The brutal one is difficult. It's brutal. All right, there's the glass. It's not damaged. That's, oh, we didn't finish building. We did finish building it. Great, okay. So now we just need to reset our little housing over here. And we should be on solar panel. Okay, that's on solar panel heavy. That's on the heavy. LED. Oh shoot, it's on the other side of the power control. Okay, so I need to move the power control over to there. That's fine. Why are we beeping? Is it just the waste? Yeah, we're going to be at a regular air in a moment too. Okay, that's fine. So we'll switch this off. Always best in Stationeers to switch power off if you can when you're doing work on something. You definitely run into things burning once you get to higher voltages. Not voltages, sorry. Larger amount of watts running through the wires. Once you get up there, what ends up happening is it burns out a bunch of wires, and then you have to go and trace it all back, figure out exactly where it is, what burned out, what you need to replace. It can be very painful if you've already gone ahead and started hiding a lot of the wires and whatnot. On, off. Why aren't you working? Do we have our power control in the wrong direction? We do. We totally have our power control in the wrong direction. Oh, silly, silly. There we go. My bad. And there we go. Flick our power on. Close our control panel. We're going to need water soon as well, so we'll do a whole bunch of taking care in a moment. So that should be on solar panel dual. Perfect. Now all of our solar panels are aligned correctly, spaced out so that we continuously receive power. Okay. Do we have enough air to do this? Yes, we do. Fantastic. So what we're going to do is add some oxygen to the mix of gases we have been breathing so that we're doing a little less rebreathing. And that's already at 3,000. So what we're going to do is be very careful. And at about 7,000, perfect, we'll switch our tanks out. And once that hits 7,000 again, then we'll shut it off. If we hit 7,000, I don't think we're going to hit 7,000 again. Okay, that's fine. So what we're going to do is top this off even a bit more. Just with like 5 more. And that's at 4, 4, 8, 4, 9, 5, 5. That'll bring it up probably to 6. That's okay, that's close enough. 5,000 sitting there is good. Happy with that. Okay, so we'll shut that off for now. Hop inside. Dump the bad polluted air. And we will open up our canister again. Fantastic. Open that. Look at our potatoes. Just growing away. So wonderful. So they've fruited, so we could harvest these now, or we can leave it and get the seeds and the fruit. So that is exactly what we're going to do. We're going to get seeds and fruit. Flick our suit off. Switch over to our headlamp. Grab the cereal bar. 2, 4. So yeah, we'll have proper food before we run out of the cereal bars, which is fantastic. There we go. And we'll see about maybe even calling a trader today. But we do need to get that furnace moved. It is in such a painful spot right now, my goodness. Just gonna have myself some tea while we wait for our hygiene to fix itself a little bit. And we'll probably go for some water so we can have a proper shower. Good. All right. Flip our headlamp off. Helmet, suit, air. Great. Drain out that air so we don't waste it. And of course that's a 0 because daylight is not up. Okay, let's take a look around, think about what we want to do. This is at 600 with a pressure of 18.5. Do we want to push into getting more astrology at the moment? We have the resources for it, but I don't think that's what we're going to do. We're going to worry about building up our base a little bit so it functions better, because it's getting very frustrating to walk around in, getting caught on everything all over the place. And we really need to start separating some of these circuits so that we have like a proper grow light circuit, and then we have like our proper, well, we do have a proper power generation one to a degree now, but it needs to get separated a second time. And then there's this absolute horror story of wiring over here that I do not like. Like, what is this? What is this nonsense? It is panic. That's what that nonsense was. Not panic. Restrained, expeditious fixing. That doesn't sound right, but I think it gets the point across. It was a, we need to get this done so that we don't die moment. Okay, so we'll turn our external vent on. Pro tip, not that I'm a pro, but it is a tip because I have done it and blown myself up several times. Do not use your output on your furnace, on your advanced furnace, and go up to 10 with only a one regular active vent. You will regret it. As you can see, even this vent is damaged because the output was too high from the furnace. 22.7. I do have this going, right? Yeah. 6. Why do I feel like I have that on going in the wrong direction? We don't. There we go. Not sure why that had a moment. It had a moment of not doing things correctly. 22.6. Yeah, because our gases are now going. They're not really. But that's all right. We'll increase our output. Do we have it attached to the wrong pipe or something? No. I'm so used to like a flow of gas coming out of here. This is very strange to me. And like the fact that this is not coming down in pressure is concerning me. Yeah, we're still not getting a downward flow for some reason. A down of our pressure. Okay, we'll flick that for like a half second. Flick it back the other way. I don't know what's going on. It's very strange. It's like really bugged out or something. By doing this, it seems to be somewhat working. 22.4. I don't know what's going on with this furnace. We'll try just putting a pipe on the input and see if that'll fix it, but we can't, right? See, this is why I want to change this entire thing around. It's painful. This is such a bad furnace setup. I don't know why I did it. Probably because I was trying to rush through it. Rushing is bad. In life and in games where you can easily die from doing the wrong thing. Where if you just take a half second and do it properly, it works much better. Usually that's a good advice for both life and games. And honestly, it's usually something I do. All right, there we go. Yeah, you're not gonna work right there, are ya? No, you're not. Try and do the best temporary setup I can here. Because I do want to tear the whole thing down. I just don't want to tear the whole thing down when there's that much pressure in the... That's a way to vent pressure. That works. And I would probably just let it go to 0 and then disassemble it, but we do need some more iron before we do that, just for some frames and sheets, so that we can finish building out the base here. Okay, where are we at? We're good. We're good. I say as we're venting mass amounts of air out of the furnace. Okay. What we will do is turn that off though. And we're much lower pressure. Fantastic. And now we'll come over here. Hopefully we have some iron in there. We do. And we'll grab a couple pipes. So just as a recap for anyone who might be new into the stream, our goal is to actually set this up, this station up, so that it's zero waste entirely. So what we're gonna do is, not this moment, because this furnace is in a terrible spot, but the goal is to actually set the furnace up so that we even recapture both the heat and the gases from it, and we reuse it in the station, whether it's for heating a space, or whether we're extracting the carbon dioxide to sell, or use it for fire systems, all those good things. Lots of different things we're going to use that waste for, and we're going to try and even use the waste heat eventually to either run Stirling engines, and I really want to give a try to building a oops, that was a waste of bauxite. I really want to give a try to building a chimney where the heat actually from either our radiation and whatnot, or from the furnace, will eventually power our Stirling engine, or make that chimney that'll turn wind turbines. So that's taken care of. Did I turn that off? I did. I don't want to do that. I want that on. Great, because we want to continue venting the gas so that we can take it down without it blowing up in our face. So we'll come over here, throw that iron into there. Great. And let's see, how much iron do we have left over? We have one frame. Let's close that, and then we have a little bit more iron here, and no sheets and some walls, but we really just need the frames at the moment. So we'll flick that on, flick that on. So we're at a point in this run where things are comfortable. We're producing quite a bit of power off of those solar panels every day. Then we have this little backup here with coal that'll flick on if we get low enough. Yeah, so you can see we just started the day and we're already up to 1700 power off of these heavy solar panels and that one. And you can see the solar panels actually have different efficiencies based on what's in front of them, right? So that's why I put them in this line, is because what'll happen is as the sun comes around to here, where it spends most of the day, they will be out of each other's shadows. And that's important for power generation, of course, from a solar panel. Okay, so we'll come back over here. We'll check on how this is going. How many frames have we got? Probably enough to get started at least. So we'll grab some sheets. Yeah, we've got 11 frames. That should be enough to give us a nice bit more space to work with here. So this is just because I like a clean, tidy, efficient running base. Station, I should say station, because, you know, it is Stationeers after all, right? Great. Might get us some more before we get started here. And we'll just flatten this out. Flatten that out a little more, flatten that. And if you don't know, you can set the flatten tool on your whatever miner you happen to be using. We're using the heavy one at the moment, and it's just nice because it carves out the terrain around your base so that you can have a nice flat space to work on. You can, of course, and I have made cave bases and underground bases and whatnot before, but that's not what we're doing this time. We're going for that zero waste base that I was talking about. Great, so we're out of iron here for the time being, which isn't a problem. How much fuel do we have left on there? Not as much as I would like. That is our last, like, really important thing to get done for full safety for this base, is to convert our welder to an arc, but I don't really like doing that before we have a nuclear battery. And we haven't got everything we need to make one yet. Where are we at? Good, we're coming down. We're just waiting for this to empty so that we can start getting rid of this nonsense. So this is our current gas setup. And we're going to add 2 filtrations to it, because I don't like using furnaces with ice, to be honest. So we'll come here, flick that on, grab the Atmo, gold and copper, which we should hopefully have a little left over here. Trying to grab that content. We have a very small amount of gold and copper. And how much do we need? A lot of copper, okay. And that's already too low to do it. Okay, that's fine. So, we'll just check for copper here. No, we don't. Didn't think so. Not a problem. We should check and see. Yeah, okay, we have lots of copper here that needs to be smelted. So we're just gonna wait for this furnace for a moment. That's probably good. Probably. Okay. Now, can I remember how to disassemble which tool? Hand drill. Okay. I'm gonna probably do that a couple times as we disassemble this here. No battery. We're playing battery hot potato with everything. Fantastic. Nothing exploded. Nothing tried to blow up in our face yet. And we have one more to go. Wire cutters to keep going, and I think, nope, one more after that still. Okay, that's fine. And hand drill, so we need our battery back. Yeah, see, like that was the release of the pressure from the furnace, and it can be very, very bad. So we'll just turn this off, and we'll decide where we're going to put our new one. Excuse me, sorry everybody. Gonna have some tea. So our new furnace, well, the same furnace, is going to go almost in the same spot, just a different orientation. And it's going to go right there. And I want it there because we're gonna run our atmospherics along here, and probably do some of our tanks either here or even all the way over here to store our gases. So that'll work well. And let's get that built and start getting smelting while we work on actually getting our Atmo set up so that we can start also reclaiming our gases. Okay, so I think it's steel sheets next. Yes, it is. Wonderful. And screwdriver. Great. Fantastic. And that's the other thing we'll start thinking about too, is we'll start thinking about getting some base lights set up, and we're just checking over here to see our coal. Good, it's still times 5. So what that times 5 is telling us is that, whoops, that we are not using, we didn't use any coal today to get through the day with, to power anything today. We used only our, whoops, what's going on here? Is that going the wrong direction? There we go. We're only using, sorry everybody, just gotta make sure we don't die here. Fantastic. And while we're in here, we'll grab some water. We didn't use any coal, we only used solar power today to get through the day and power different things, which is great progress. And there's our potato seeds. So these will just go over here for now. And then we'll harvest the potatoes. There we go. And just replant the potatoes. And we have one extra. Fantastic. And we still have cereal bars, so we're doing well. And are we out of water? Out? I don't think so. Oh, we could be. Oh, no, we have one more. Here we go. That's what I thought. I thought we had another couple. And the reason I'm so completely okay being this low or even out of water is I'm just going to change the song. That's super distracting. There we go. The little yell in the middle. So the reason I'm not worried about it at all is because we do have ice in our inventory currently, and we do have the ability to make the water bottle filler. So there's no real worry there. What is slightly worrying is the fact that we were low on air inside, but I suspect it's the carbon dioxide is really high in here. Yep, that's exactly what it was. We can see here on our atmospheric read, our CO2 is at a 38 and our O2 is only at 36 and nitrogen at 25. Not great for us, but it is fantastic for the plants, which is very important, of course. So we'll close that. We will empty this room, wrong direction. There we go. Empty that room out. Great. And just because we are that low on water, first thing we're going to do is check right here. So we are out of water. Not a problem. Water bottle filler. Copper and silicone, and we do have enough copper for that. And we do have enough silicone. Great. So we'll turn that on. Dump the resources, turn this one on if I can get the right angle on that button. There we go. Dump those resources. There's our very expensive to produce alloy that we use for those heavy solar panels that are now fully automated for the sun. Sorry, everybody, we're just kind of prioritizing here getting our water done because it's not a problem that we are out of water, but it is also less than ideal. And I would like to make sure that we don't, totally lose our water, because that would generally be bad. Great, so just put the resources back in. And we are actually going to put that 5 astrology stuff in there. Great, there's our filler. So that will go right there. And then to there, because I do like to keep certain things in my uniform. That way we remember to take them inside with us for sure. And now the other important thing to do is filling that. So what we'll do is we'll flick that on, and we will first make sure that we're not going to overpressurize this tank. Okay, good. Then we're going to take all 25 of that ice, throw it in there, and flip this volume pump on all the way to 10. I should turn that off because there isn't actually a liquid canister. Oh my gosh, we have 6 liters right there, another 5 there. I forgot we had all of that water. Fantastic. So we will grab that one. No, we won't. The reason we're not going to is because I'm sure that those are pure water. And I'm not 100% sure we're going to get pure water out of there. So we're going to just make another canister. Another liquid canister. And that's actually enough water that we're probably okay to have a shower the next time we go inside as well. So we'll put that in there. Yeah, see that just popped to 3.9 liters, which is fine. Good, it is pure water. And we'll just keep an eye on it here. So you can see the capacity there is 12 liters for water tanks for these liquid canisters. We will eventually set up full proper tanks, but these are so much cheaper, especially in the beginning. So it looks like there is more or less no water in that pipe. And we are pure water. But let's just check our capacity, liquid volume. So there's still 2 liters of water in here. So we'll wait a moment, and we'll also check here and make sure H2O is not going into there. It's not. Great. So that's coming up to 7. So just while we wait, what we'll do is a little bit of work on a few things. We will start deconstructing this, bring it over here. That should be our output. And our air tank's getting low, which is totally fine, totally expected. Bring that down. Actually, we'll bring it sideways first. Great, and we're gonna put a wall right here, if for nothing else, for ease of setting up different panels and wires and all of that, because I am a fan of well-organized, good-looking organization for these things. Okay, so let's just think for a half second, or do we want to put it right here? We're gonna put it right here. We're gonna put that wall there. We will eventually likely put a wall on the back, but we're gonna prioritize this one, because this is where we're gonna put our controls. Just makes life a lot easier. There we go. And because we're not enclosed inside yet, and we're not actually fully dealing with our atmospherics, we're going to still be venting to the outside. Okay, so we are just about out of air, so we'll shut that off. Jump up, go like that. That's already at 6,000, which is fantastic. This is going to come up to 16. Great. And what are we going to do? Do we want to do that? Yeah, so what we're going to do, what I was just thinking about is if we wanted to start really going up on how much O2 we have in our breathing tanks, and we definitely want to. And the reason why is because we're getting really high CO2 inside, and that's okay for the plants, but we really do want to be at something kind of even. So we're up to 7,000, we'll pause it there. Great, and how much is left in here? A fair amount, my goodness. Quite a fair amount. Great, so let's see, how are we doing on vitals? Vitals are good. We're gonna flip our battery over to a terrible one for a minute. Then we need to grab some more pipes. If you're just joining us, we are on our journey towards a zero waste station. Sorry, everybody. Just thinking and doing things at the same time. And so what I mean by a zero waste station is we are going to aim for our station to not waste anything, including waste gases from our furnace. This should be a pretty difficult but fun journey. We're gonna shut that off. So yeah, we'll shut that back off. Conserving power on Brutal and Stationeers is so important. The Brutal start and Stationeers difficulty. I didn't remember yet, did I? Nope. Great. There we go. We're gonna need a lot more cable. I think we're out of copper. Oops, whoops, there we go. Yeah, if we're out of copper, we may actually use our arc furnace 1 or 2 more times, just for that copper, because we are not going to compromise our plans just for cable. What it looks like is we're going to need to pull up some cable anyway, so we'll start there. There we go. And I don't want to touch these right now, because this is our generator one, so we're going to leave those alone until we get this fully functioning again. So we're probably going to use that arc furnace that you get off the beginning. Yep, we definitely are, because we need to do quite the run of cable all the way down. So this is why I hold on to everything, and also really plays well into the zero waste idea here that we're trying for this time. So we still have our furnace, we just need to hook it back up, turn it on. Oh, I did the wrong orientation, that's fine. Come on, okay, you can go there, that's fine. Great, so we're just gonna do a stack of 50 copper in there, and we're gonna try and use this arc furnace as little as possible during this small to medium-sized rebuild of the station. And let's check our total power. Yeah, okay, we're still okay. Let's check our coal number again. Yeah, see, still no coal burnt since we set up the panels properly, which is something I'm really happy to see. Okay, and that's enough to get started. So I do love to interrupt the arc furnace just so that we can get some resources and get started on things. If the music ever gets a little too loud, please do let me know. I'll be happy to turn it down or off, whatever's desired. Or we can build a large battery. I want the large battery more than I want the cable first. That large battery, we're running a small battery at the moment. If you remember, or if you're new to the stream, we threw a battery in our area controller right here for our solar panels. So we've been running back and forth between a small and a large since, and I don't like doing that. It's just not quite enough. Sorry, just gonna bring that music down a little bit. It's a little loud in my ear too. There we go. It's really not something I like doing, running back and forth between a large and a small. And this can get closed for now. There we go, close that. Fantastic, turn our light off. We'll switch this over to cables and go. The other thing I think we're gonna do is probably set up a script. No, script's too heavy duty for that. I just want to read the amount of power we have coming out of there. Well, not how much power actually. I'm happy with the ratio of it telling me like the percentage that the station battery is charged. So we'll stop that there. We'll check. I don't think I have any logic right now, so grab a logic. Is it an in and out? I'm pretty sure it's an in and out. Input, output. Grab one of those. And we need one more console as well, actually. We probably don't have the copper in there at the moment, which is fine. Put that there. Great, there's the copper. Perfect. So we'll just grab a console. And if you're new to Stationeers, this is going to sound silly, but something I did a lot when I was first starting Stationeers was I made the mistake a lot of the time of not scrolling through. Oh, we're gonna get a storm shortly. That's why that turbine right there on the top is spinning so much. It means there's gonna be a storm shortly. Sorry for that diversion. So yeah, okay, there's that. So we're gonna put our battery reader right. Where are we going to put it? Because I would like to put it there, but it won't fit there. And then if we're on a different circuit, that won't work. So where are we gonna put it? I don't remember what I was saying before. Oh yeah, you should always scroll through the different options for buildings. If you're new or like you're trying a building that you haven't built before, it took me way longer than I'd like to admit to find certain things that are like super, super basic and absolutely lovely to use. Well, they're not on a separate circuit, so I could just go like this. That would be fine, as long as... Oh, we just need the wire cutters for that. Okay, that's fine. It's not fun. Yeah, it just takes... If you don't look through all of the different buildings that are available, we're just going to do a quick check, make sure nothing's sitting on the ground. Don't want to lose anything when that storm hits. Doesn't look like there is. Fantastic. Yeah, it's just really good to check through all of the different possible things you can build with each thing, because you can see like when I right click, it'll be right here. You can see the number of different things that are there, and if you're just like into whatever you're doing, I know I definitely have forgotten to check what else is there, and then I'm like, how do people do certain things? And then I find it out that I'm just not clicking enough times to check the different allowable options on something, and it's super frustrating. So just an FYI, if you're new to the game, it is something that will definitely help out. Oh, I need two input outputs. Do I need a memory as well, or can I just write it direct, actually? Okay, we're gonna try writing it directly, and we may need another processor. So these are lovely little things. They allow you to write different values to different items. Honestly, I use them most for like door and light switches, because they're like, using a full integrated chip on one of those is just overkill. But unless you're doing like automated, like lights on off when you enter the room, and then totally worth it. But this will allow us to read that LED display. So integrated LED, grow light. Nope. Are you isolated? You could be. You shouldn't be though, because your chip isn't. Yeah, okay, so the station battery can't go directly in. Okay, that's fine. So what we're gonna have to do is grab a couple more chips. We'll grab a reader, and we'll probably need a memory as well. So we'll search for logic items, grab another logic chip, input output chip. And that'll be a read, and then we'll need a memory. There we go. So much automation today. Earlier I was doing Timberborn, and I finally got to a point where it was worth trying the automation, and it is so beautiful. So beautiful. Okay, great. So we'll do, we don't want a logic reader. We want a logic writer. I think it's a logic writer we want. Now I'm doubting myself. Okay, it's okay. We're gonna need both either way. I'm almost certain. Certainly to do it properly, we should have both. There we go. So we'll grab that. Logic. Oh, I made it a writer. Didn't want a writer. Wanted a reader. There we go. Okay. This has got to be it. No, 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 no. There we go. There's the station battery. It is a reader that we wanted. And then we want to go not power, not mode, not error, not lock. We want ratio. Yes, we want ratio. Great. So that is going to read the percentage charge on the station battery. Did we burn coal? I think we burned coal. Oh, we didn't. Oh my gosh. That is a great amount of power without burning coal. I'm so happy. Okay, so we'll come back over here, check our logic reader is good. So this logic writer is going to take in the logic reader, and it's going to output, ideally, directly to the LED display, and it's going to display yeah, no, we do need, or you can, oh my gosh, I'm out of air. What is going on? Why am I dying? Oh, my waste tank. Oh, okay. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh no. Oh, we died. Oh, that's so disappointing. Okay, so we're saying this is not a hardcore one because like I just totally missed that. It's not like we would have died normally. So we'll load that from 2 minutes ago and we'll take care of our little issue. I'm so sorry everybody for that little death. Oh my god, I can't believe that happened. I gotta pay better attention to the needs. I have the sound from the game turned so far down because it's so annoying. Okay, so let's get over here. Okay. We will empty this room and we will open our waste tank. There we go. Not gonna die this time. That was slightly embarrassing. Oh my goodness. There we go. But you know what? That happens. It happens. Okay, back over to here. Let's grab our memory chip. And we will put the memory chip right there. And what are we getting a caution about? I heard it that time. Water. Water. We need to drink water soon. Okay, open our tool belt. Open our other tool belt. There we go. Okay, we need wire. We need that. We'll go like that. And then, okay, so let's check this. It's reading the station battery, it's getting the ratio. Fantastic. Now, we want to take that ratio and we want to, I'm pretty sure we just write it to the display, but I'm not sure why we're not getting the right options for it. Okay, so let's try it. Let's go ahead and take the input being our reader, and we're going to out it, input to the reader, cycle to the display. We're not going to do them, you know what, let's just turn these on because it will actually display everything. Setting 0.814, perfect, perfect. So setting is what we want. So that 0.81 is our current station power charge. So we're at 81% of our charge. Great. Fantastic. Nice little tiny automation setup. We don't need that memory chip, but it can just sit there for now. But yeah, really cool stuff you can do with the automation in this game. If you're just joining us, we're on Mars doing a Stationeers difficulty, and we are 18 days in. We had a little mishap with air we're not going to talk too much about because it was just a case of being too focused on dealing with different bits and pieces of logic. I swear I die more often from getting hyperfixated on logic than anything else. So we'll go like that. And we have set up this little display to tell us our total station power in that station battery. And we have, if you saw earlier streams or you're just joining us, we've automated our solar panels to track the sun so we get lots of power. And that was the storm hitting at that exact moment. Dust storm. It'll damage the one smaller panel. It won't damage the bigger ones. And it will make our wind turbines spin faster, as you can see here. So we will get that done, and now our furnace will work. So we don't ever need to worry about using our arc again, or at least not for a while anyway. And we will flick this on because we're going to start doing some fun things with atmospherics and start automating fuel. Because frankly, I don't like burning ice. Oh my gosh, there's so much more in there than I thought there was. That's okay. We'll just go like this. And then that goes there, that can go there, and that is hopefully just iron. Nope, it's a steel ingot. So that definitely does need to find a home quickly enough. Let's see, and I think our best bet is going to be going like this. Put the gold there. Whoopsies. And after we get our base a little bit rejigged here, part of the big reason we're even doing the rebuild and rejig, if you will, is because of these storms. Because no, they won't stop us from doing things, but they certainly slow us down a good bit. And efficiency is important. Well, it's not really, but it's as important as you want to make it. Where'd the gold go? There it is. And frankly, I like pushing myself. It's why we're going for that zero waste build here, or as close to zero as we can. So that will give us an atmospheric. And we're going to stand real close and catch it on its way out. Hopefully. How close are we? 38%? We're going to get rid of this steel just so that we have two hands to catch if we need to. I don't know why we would need to, but just in case. And then we should go shower, have a drink. There we go. Caught it. Fantastic. So before we start using that, we will definitely be going and taking care of some of our needs. Put that there, put that there. Put the glass in. And we'll put our electrum in as well. Great. Open the hatch. You know what? We are actually going to grab this other liquid canister as well and bring that in with us. Close that. We're going to drop that for now. Look at everything. Open that canister. Turn our air off. We're going to open this hatch up. Flip our helmet off. And let's see, are we low on oxygen? Here we are. So what we're going to do is open this. And we're going to split the oxide, which will give us some more oxygen in the air, and likely enough. There we go. There's enough oxygen in the air from that oxide. Cool that you can see, like, look at it all go. It's wild. Wildly cool. All the dust storm. And our grow light is supposed to be off right now, and you can see everything is thriving, or we've got one moderate, but thriving otherwise. And we're at 229 mil on that tank. There we go. So this is like a 300 liter little tank. So, you know, despite it looking like it's all just disappearing, it really shouldn't be. We should have like, yeah, see? 23 in there. And we really should take our suit off while we're walking around in here just to help a couple of things. So we'll grab a cereal bar, put that back, eat it. And we didn't bring our pipe with us, so we won't be able to get our shower this time. But that's not a big deal. We did bring our water filler, and that is much more important to actually get done right away. So we will do a little bit of rejigging around, and we should have enough wire for our water bottle filler, or it'll be very close. And if we don't have enough, well, we might just have to turn our light off for a bit. Nope, we're good. Great. That is, we'll call it good experience planning for things. And you can see our water bottles are filling up. Great. Yeah, we got pretty low on health there, but we're okay. Fantastic. And we just have that off so that most of the water is going towards our potato plants. We should check what our air is in here. Yeah, so we're a little low on pressure. We're a little higher than I would like with pollutants in the air. And the pressure is still a little bit lower than I would like, but that's okay for now. Great. So we'll just give it a moment because there's a storm going on. Plus, we really do need our hygiene to come up a bit. So we'll just give it a second here. Watch the prettiness that is that storm to the background of lo-fi music. I really do love my tea. I've been on this kick of like, my partner found a vanilla Earl Grey, and it's so delicious. Okay, what is critical? Oh, our air, power, nothing? Nothing. Okay, great. Forgot to turn the lamp off. There we go. Move this backpack over here, just so it's out of the way of most of the stuff. Great. So we'll close that. Turn that the other way. Yeah, there we go. 19 days. Survived, and that storm is still going on out here. Crazy, crazy storm. Okay. So we are 1300 psi on air, so we are just going to switch over to our 9001 for a bit. And we're going to get to work on setting up our gases for fuel. We have some space, so I'm going to go ahead and we're going to look at how we're set up over here first. We want our filtration. The pipe that goes straight is, I want to say, waste. Yeah, straight pipe is waste. The pipe coming out of the side is our good. So what we'll do is this filtration will go right here. We could flip that or get another ice. We might do that. Or we could just do it on this side too, actually. Let's see. Yeah, I would rather have an easy time looking at this, and then this can be a different part of our base, our station. So we will put this filtration unit, will go here. Yeah. And then we'll put a second one almost right after it. I have a very particular way I like to do this. I haven't seen people do it, so I don't know if there's a better way, and that's why I'm having not having a hard time, that's why I do it this way, or what it is. If you have a better design, let me know. Oh, so nice to see you in the chat, Mixomycitis. I'm gonna call you Mix if that's okay, or if you have something else you prefer, please let me know. The mining backpacks are so handy. May I suggest a portable lamp for streaming? Oh, for when it gets dark, just so that you can see better? Is that what you're talking about, Mix? I'd be happy to add one to the kit here. And you're right, those mining backpacks, amazing. Just let me get an Atmo here, and let me know in the chat if you're talking about a portable light for the kit, just so that you can see what I'm doing better. There we go. Throw that in there. Sure, Mix or Mixo? Mixo, for sure. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'll grab a light then for you. For everybody here so you can see better. Do you play Stationeers a lot, Mix? Let's grab... No, not quite. Thanks. Not a problem. Portable light. Is it in the... Gotta be the electronics. I would put it near the wall. Used to, but plan to restart. Nice, nice Mix. I would put it near the wall so you can later include in base, but that's me. But have to relearn gases and new terrain. Totally fair, Mix. And you know what? I don't know why we're gonna do portable lights on the base, because we do have our lovely solar going. Not parallel to wall, but cross it. Oh, you mean like perpendicular like this? Are you talking about for the filtration? Hey HC Vi, how are you doing? My goodness, our chat's active today. I'm happy to see that. I do like having our regular lurkers, of course, but it is nice to see some chat going on. Okay, so we need iron in there, and we need copper. We've got some copper smelting. Grab some iron. I'm okay, you? Yes. And darks, are you talking about for the Atmo? For the filters for gases? Putting those perpendicular? Are you kidding me? There we go. I'm doing pretty good there, HC. Really enjoying Stationeers. There we go. Okay, portable light. Wonderful. And did we say to go for that? We did not. Get that going. I can tell, and that's good. Yes, filters. Okay, so you're saying putting them this way. Because like what I'm thinking is the base is going to keep expanding quite a bit this way. And then over here, I was thinking maybe what we would do is put the landing pad and the landing area and everything over here. What do you think about that, Darks? Because I do like having easy access to these filters. I'm totally happy to try something else. I just want you to know what the total vision there is first. Okay, so I imagine this needs a battery. Yeah, great. So where's that battery? We'll put the battery in. Oh, wow. Yeah, I should have been using these a lot earlier. See, again, chat's right. Chat's got good ideas for things. Okay. So, because normally, you're most welcome there, Mixo. Because normally what I'll do is, my idea for landing area is put it on roof somewhere where it does not block solar panel or plants. Oh, that's true too. I could do that. Put it on the roof like right here. Yeah, I feel like we just got to go a lot wider if we put the filtration over here. You know what? Let's do that. Actually, I do like that idea there, Darks. So let's do that. Oop. Put that there, put the frame there. We're gonna need some more frames in that case. No iron there. Totally fine. My goodness. I will be so happy when we finish up getting that furnace fully set up. There we go. Grab a second. Yeah, mix out the new gases are honestly, they're so much fun to play with, and it gives a lot of choices to make some really interesting builds. So it's pretty neat. Raise somewhat and it look nice far away. That's true. Yeah, especially when they're like coming into land and whatnot. It'll be really nice then. Almost there on that. Okay, so we'll kill that, get that going again. We should just put that there, grab that iron. Oh, please don't put the iron out. Oh, it's going to. Oh, it only did the steel. Great. There we go. And do we have the frames set? No. Iron frames. There's the iron. And go. We should have a little bit more iron over here. There it is. Sorry for mistakes of typing. Oh, no worries. No worries at all about typing mistakes. Okay, so we need to grab the steel again for that. Okay, so what we'll do is double line of frame over here. So we'll just flatten again right here. There we go. Look at that, some more silicone. Not even looking for good resources and they're just showing themselves. We're gonna fix this hole before it really annoys me. Great, I can just put it there and it still works the right way. Wicked. Can I even put it on my tool belt, actually? Nah, it's not a tool belt item. That's okay. There we go. Yeah, okay. Just check on what our kit looks like right now. Great. Yep, so we ran through all of our iron for frames. And now we need to grab the steel. Let's see, we'll put that there, put that there for the moment. Grab the steel. And go. And we're also going to need that silicone. There we go. Oops, there we go. Do we have enough sheets for the moment? Maybe. Can put it in your uniform 2 slots, but anywhere it goes except tool slots. Oh, that's great to know. That is a good idea. We'll throw it in the jumpsuit for now. Does it change how much light? Interesting. It does. Okay, so we are going to keep it in the backpack just because it changes the amount of light, but our headlamp, the headlamp works. Okay. Iron frame. Let's get these out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we'll just do a couple here. And that's just going to help us with the filtration here. Some change to shadows, yeah. A little bit. Which, like, I am so impressed by this game. The devs and the artists that worked on it, very impressed. Okay, so we will grab that hand drill. Do atmospheric stack? They do not. So let's look at it. We're going to be sending our atmospherics that direction. So we will start it. This will be the last one in the chain of 2. And that can be nice and close. Great. And are we done over here? We appear to be. Good. So next, what we'll do is grab, whoops. I do actually want the, yeah, so we're gonna have to make steel for that, which is fine. So we'll do that. And then this is going to point upwards. I think it might be too close. You lack room for pipes. So I'm not 100% sure, because so this is waste, right? So with waste, we'll go that way. With good, what I like to do, here I'll lay it out, and then it'll make more sense, I think. I'll go like that. Come on. So just imagine it's doubled, right? And this hole is going to be, nope, it's not going to be there. It's going to go like that. And then do I have a wall with me? I don't. Okay, I just need to grab a wall. One moment. We'll go grab a wall. And what we'll do is we'll have 3 insulated utilities. Okay, I see. Maybe it'll work out. Yeah, so what we'll do is waste utility goes right here. And then right here is going to be methane. And then here will be hydrogen. Well, actually, these will be the holding tanks. These are holding tanks, not final tanks. Top tank will be from the first filtration. Second tank will be from the second filtration. And then there'll be a manifold right here so that we can divert it into proper tanks. And those proper tanks, we'll put them off in a line going this way and probably a second line going this way. And the volume pumps, we'll put one on either side of the tank. Sorry, one on the inside of the tanks, the utility tanks. And then there'll be a pump almost right where the big tanks are. So if we go like this, so we need only 3 right now. We need our hydrogen, methane, oxygen, and actually, you know what? We will set up the nitrogen as well. Might as well do those 4 primary ones right away. And there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, whoops, 1 too many. So that can go back in there, that can go there. Oh, I need to get batteries. There we go. Okay. There we go. So that's kind of how it's going to work out. This is set up well enough to do steel. Check how much iron we have. We do not have enough iron right now. Not a problem. We'll go and do some mining for some iron. And I'm sure one of these trenches will get us where we need to go. That's silver. That's oxide. I would like a little bit more oxide, to be honest. Great. Oh, our jetpack is getting low. And that'll be the other nice thing about getting this filtration setup done, is then we'll be able to refill our jetpack with no problems. Our suit waste is getting really high again, of course. Constant battle with that. Open it. Great. Oh, wrong direction. There we go. How are we doing food-wise? We're good. Fantastic. So, we'll shut that off. Let's just check our coal again, see if we've actually used any. Oh, look, insulated pipe. Nope, we still haven't used any coal since setting up our heavies here. So happy. And this display, it does, of course, for those who may not have seen it earlier, it does display the wattage coming out of the solar panels. And it's about 16 to 17. Sometimes it'll top out to around 18, which is really nice. There we go. And I do mean 100, not just 18. I mean 1800 watts. So for anyone who might be new to the stream, didn't see this on the other ones, I make these little trenches, and they really help with going and mining at night and just picking stuff up that you might. What is going on? Am I not hitting that? Oh, right. I do this so often, forget to set it back to default so that I can dig properly. But those little trenches, they help with nighttime mining, and you're just not beholden to finding your way back home. We don't have a beacon set up, so we don't need to worry about finding our way home by having our little trenches. That should be enough volatiles for quite some time, especially considering we're switching away to gas instead of ice shortly here. Hop back up. I should not be using my jetpack unless I have to, because we are almost out. Okay, so we can see home over there. So I think we'll just build another little trench here, because why not? I later have 2 miners, one with flat and set and one for heavy mining. Nice. That's a good idea. I just like the inventory space right now. Okay, that's that one. The other nice thing that would be fantastic to grab would be more ice while we're out here. Oh yeah, I did see that. Thank you for the reminder. Is it control or is it shift? I can't remember. Do you know it offhand there, Mixmo? There we go. Tons of iron. Lovely. Fantastic. Is it nope. Okay, Alt. Control? Yep, it is control. And actually, control does all of the ore at once. That's cool. I don't know, it's one type, the other is move all. I think shift is one type. Okay, we'll try it next time we have a full one with shift. But even the control moving everything was fantastic. Oh, thank you so much for that reminder. Saves so much clicking, Mixmo. Thank you. Okay, so we'll get back out. We'll head back home, because we do have that coal right beside home. Now, there it is. There we go. Almost back home to the station. Silver, oxide, and then that coal node that's right at home. Fantastic. There we go. Okay. So much coal. This is a great coal node, my goodness. And we found it right beside our base. Such good luck. There we go. How are we doing? Oh, we are not quite breathing pollutant, but our filter is gone. I don't know why we're not breathing pollutant, but as soon as we finish this, we're going to get that filter just to fix it up, so that we don't accidentally choke on pollutants in our air source. There we go. Okay. Now, how easy is it going to be to get out of here without a jetpack going? Not too bad. This is why I like the heavy miner, to be honest. Yeah, there it is. There's the pollutant warning. Not a problem. Flip that on. Oh my gosh, I can't. There we go. Great. Print that out. And hopefully this will be our last small filter. Digging planet away. Oh yeah. Digging deep into the Martian surface. That is for sure. I'm not even sure if you can still call it the surface with how deep we get sometimes. So fun. This is like advanced Minecraft, and I won't lie, it's great. It's fantastic. Okay, so we need steel. We should flip our battery. So we'll do that and we'll get the steel. That's how much of our station battery, by the way, is right there for us. Nice little logic circuit for that. So this is our input side. There we go. Okay, so get nice and close to volatiles. Turn that on. Hunger caution, that's fine. We will, oh, dehydration? Oh no, we're okay. Our dehydration's at 16 and our food's at 29. But thank you, I do actually really appreciate heads up like that. Yeah, yep. It is fantastic. I get so focused on what I'm doing, I forget to take care of things. It's not that I just die because I run out of stuff, it's that I die because I'm not paying enough attention to fix things. Like our O2 right now, we're gonna have to go and fix that in a moment here. Okay, sorry, chat bubble was over it. Oh shoot, okay. That's too bad. I'm not sure how to fix that. Sorry, I'm still very new to streaming. This is only my beginning of my 3rd week right now. So I'm still getting used to everything, so any kind of feedback's always helpful. Ice volatiles, there we go. At some point your character with base drifting and vacuum saying, oops, I probably overdid it. I think you're right there, Darks, at some point. Oh, real life me has done that before. Overdoing it on with the farm when I had it, or on exercise with the military. My goodness, the things I have done and not paid attention properly. Oh, thank you, Mixo. Mixo. Thank you so much for the positive, doing great. I'm having so much fun with it and really enjoying it. So it's fantastic. What? Oh. Silly mistake. There we go, fix that. Oh well. Such a silly mistake. Okay, it's fine. We'll just vent some atmosphere. We'll come back, do that in a second. Because we need to deal with our air boom on the furnace. Great. Refilled. Kill the jump pack. What are we at for our jump? We're okay. 27. Bring that down to 5. There we go. My mic got plugged on slightly there for a second. Oh no, we're frozen. There we go. Not sure what just happened. Sorry about that, everybody. Okay, where are we at? Pressure's coming down nicely. Great, no fluid in there. Fantastic. Air's in a good spot. Okay, so while we're waiting for this to come down in pressure, we should grab our new filters. We're gonna grab a carbon dioxide filter. There's the medium. So do we have enough iron kicking around? I know we have the constantium. I don't know how to say that. But I think our only concern will likely be iron for that. There we go. Throw some iron in there. There's our silver. That's solder. Oh, look at that. We still have 40 iron kicking. I didn't even think we had that anymore. Thought we used it. Okay, that's steel. And there is the... Oh, we still have steel too. Oh my god. Oh, so many more resources than I thought we had. Great. So we'll get our medium filters so that we can worry about that less. And then we'll grab some liquid pipes and take care of a couple more things. Constantan. Yeah, there you go. I think. Maybe you're right, Darks. I just call it const. It's just so much easier to say. Okay, and then we need a nitro because we're almost out of nitrogen filter. There we go. So we will just flip our carbon over. Fantastic. And come on, there we go. Great, there's our nitrogen. So we are trying to get to zero waste here as soon as we can, so that's why we're holding on to all of these dead filters. We will recycle them. And the other thing we need is insulated utility. Okay, so we'll throw, actually, before we do that, we need liquid pipes. Just regular old liquid pipe. There we go. Just need like 5 or 6. This is so that we can hook up the shower, take care of our hygiene properly finally. Been forgetting to do that, I don't know, the last 4, maybe 5 times we've gone in and out of the habitat. Yeah, that should be fine. One more just so that we leave it out on a round number. There we go. Fantastic. And we'll throw the steel in and we will get some insulated utility. There we go. And we'll go like that. We'll need some more insulated pipe overall as well. Where are we at? Good. So that can just run for probably a minute or 2 at least. And what do we have in here? We should have everything other than our gas, our ice in there. There we go. Try that again. Probably need a second. No, we will not. There it is. Steel. Bam, 200. Great. Need more silicone. Do we have silicone already processed over here? We do not. But we do have 47 with us, so we can just throw it in. Great. We also need to turn this off before we make this pipe go boom. Okay. So, we're not going to go too far over tonight because we went over last night, and I think, and please let me know actually, if you could chat, would starting at 6 o'clock be better than starting at 5 o'clock my time? So I'm Eastern Standard, so that would be an hour later than we started today. Would that be a better time to start? I did notice we got a lot more people come in about halfway. If you do just want to lurk, please don't feel pressured though to answer, of course. And we need 2 more? 3 more, 3 more. We need 3 more of these insulated ones. 2 more. No opinion for me, I just pick random streams, no regular. Totally fair, Mixo. I'm really happy you decided to stop in on us today and share a bit with us and let us know that you're looking at doing a new run soon. You'll have to let us know how the new run goes once you get started on it. And there we go, a little bit more. Fantastic. So, oops. Come on. So I like to do it like this. So this is gonna be our first one, our second one. Oh, we do need 3 more. Refers to a copper nickel alloy used for its stable electric resistance across a wide range of temperatures. Thanks, Darks, that's really cool. Like, really cool. I didn't know it was actually a real one. There we go. Put the first one too high. So these will be for our good pipes, for like our good filtered product. And then we'll do our third one down here for waste, so that we can run the waste back through and filter it into something else if we need to. There we go, so we're almost there, that's 2. And like honestly, doing 3, the 3 size here is probably a little bit overkill, but it's definitely not bad either. All right, there we go. Pause that for a sec. 2 and, oh, there we go. There's 3. Okay, so what we're gonna do is look at it for a second. And we'll grab a couple of turbo volume pumps because I do like, oh, we haven't upgraded it yet. That's fine. So we will use regular ones then. And in the meantime, while we get that copper ready, we'll get some more insulated pipe made. If you're just joining us, we're working towards a zero waste base. So that means that every little bit of waste that we produce, whether it's heat, gases, etc., we're gonna try and use it in some way, shape, or form. And we're going to, I think, stop that for a second. This, by the way, for anyone new, is our percentage of battery. So we're at 93% plus some. Makes sense. And we still haven't burnt any coal since we set up our line of solar panels. Gosh, I'm so happy about these 3 solar panels that are on our auto chip over here. My goodness, that is very satisfying. Very satisfying. Oh, so happy about that. Put that there. And so even our EVA canister, we're trying our best to even reuse all of that air as well. And the EVA canister air kind of does 2 different things for us. One, it gives us more, sorry, just trying to figure out where different things are going here. It gives us more carbon dioxide in here for our plants to process, which is always a good thing. And it provides pressure in here as well, which is also good because we're still fairly early in this run. Sorry while I get reacquainted because I moved our tool belt instead of our headlamp, and now I'm all kinds of screwed up with where different things are. There we go, there's our tool belt, mining belt, hard backpack. Great, so this can go here. And now, yeah, we're pretty full in here this time, that's okay. We'll go like this. We need our wrench. And we'll do 2 different things. How close to death are we? We're fine, okay. Actually, that probably won't stay like that. We will readjust for our shower and redo our cabling for our water actually as well. There we go. This is going to go, actually, we'll drop that water bottle there, that one there, and then our drill does not have a battery, it's in the angle grinder. So it'll go there. There we go. deconstruct that. We are very tight on our inventory at the moment. There we go. Put that there. We really should drink some water. And our potatoes are doing fantastic. Great. There we go. Reconnect our water bottle filler. Oh, I do that every once in a while. Get the plane wrong. Perfect. So that will refill our water for us. Put that one in there. Grab our 90% one. Have some water here. And we're working towards this zero waste system. Okay, so great. We're gonna check our water here before we have a shower. Just make sure that we have good leaders. We do. So with that, we'll take the uniform off. Put that there. Put our water in there. And time for a shower. Oh, we're still wearing our jumpsuit. That's right, you can't put your jumpsuit in your jumpsuit. Pipe is not connected. What did I do? Did I not? Connection for shower provides liquid connected to liquid. Okay. Pipes not connected? Am I missing something? Okay. Let's try that again. Oh, right, because I need the output pipe too. Shoot. Okay. Right, because the shower needs the output pipe, which means I don't have the liquid utility, but that'll work for a quick one. 1, 2. Give it a moment. And that's probably going to have to be good for now. Mood increasing from good hygiene. We're not going to get the bonus from it, but that's okay. We'll put everything back on here. Turn off our... Oh, we never even turned the headlamp on. It's because of that portable light. That portable light's doing so much good work for us. Thanks again, Mixmo. I appreciate it. So we'll just turn everything back on here. And grab our potato seeds. Great. So those can go there. Cereal box right there. And I think, you know, I think we're going to give up a couple of seeds here just so that we have good growth. And then what we're going to do is take a short... No, we're not going to take a break. We're just going to go for a little bit longer because it's going so well. And then we'll call it a day shortly here. I'd like to get the filtration set up. Even if we don't run it tonight, at least get it set up. Oh, yummy tea. Okay, so that's everything in here. Close that. Drain the air out. As much of a closed system as we possibly can manage. Okay, and this will make some more insulated pipe. So we'll wait a second, come over here. And this is good. No, this is waste. And we need to go one more. And then if we go up and up, that should be correct. But we'll grab a volume pump, and I think we need copper for volume pump. Yeah, we need some copper for that volume pump. What's our temperature? It's a little low, so we'll pull our temperature up here so that we can try and finish this up. Volatiles, 1, 2. almost put my insulated pipe in the furnace. That is why we take it out of our inventory when we're using it. Using the furnace, I mean. Go. Great, copper. Fantastic. And we're just going to do a little bit more quick smelting of a couple of things so that we don't have to do it again as quickly. There's some gold. Great. There we go. So we're going to need that gold, and I don't know if we're going to get away with the amount of iron we have, but we might. So 3 volume pumps, 1, 2, and this will be number 3. How much skill do we have left? We might get away with it. We'll see. 3. There we go. And third one went in there. Come on. That's right. I tried this before and it doesn't quite work. We're gonna have to put one on the roof, which is totally fine by me. Come on. Can I get you to do exactly what I want? Nope, that's okay. You can go like out. Yep, there we go. Okay, so this will just drop for a second, grab our wrench, and that is our iron frame, so that'll go there. And that's fine. We should be able to attach it like that. Where's Can you hear me okay now? Should be okay now. Thank you so much for that heads up. I am so sorry about that, everybody. Yep. Oh, thank you so much, Pharaoh. I really, really appreciate that. So I was just saying, we're going to finish up here. We'll do a quick raid. There's 2 other people playing some Stationeers, so we'll drop in on them, say hi, and we'll be calling it a night. As much as I'd like to keep going, I am just done for today. So let's see. Let's get this raid going. And if you haven't followed, I do always appreciate it. It is a brand, like I'm still a brand new streamer. This is only my 3rd week. Okay, thank you everybody. Thank you so much for tonight. Have yourselves a wonderful night, and we'll get this raid going here. Alrighty. There we go. 5 seconds, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Yay!